Martin and I'm an aeromodeller and an engineer. Join me on a fascinating journey where I show you some of the techniques used in scale aeromodelling. Well, that wasn't exactly where I thought that would crack. I could see it was vibrating quite violently. The asbestos lagging that I put in here fell out quite early on, so that didn't really work. But I thought it was holding up reasonably well, so I thought I could just get a tank full through it, but sadly not. Okay, that curtails fun for today. Okay, now I'm at home, I can assess exactly what's going on, and the engine's loose. It came loose, obviously. The exhaust pipe is broken completely through, and unfortunately it's gone and broken the pipe, so I'm going to have to replace both ends. At least the other end is simply a clamped joint, so it won't matter too much. I'm a bit surprised that that broke, but it was vibrating quite badly. I thought it would be alright, but clearly not. Once the bandage had fallen out, and I'm not sure how I'm going to hold the bandage in, you do get some little stainless steel straps with the bandage, which maybe I need to do something like that and actually strap it. But I would have thought that this P-clip had clamped it really well, but maybe I need to add another P-clip and another mounting point to really make sure it can't move. So what else have we got that came loose? The wing struts came loose. We had an aileron rod, which is a hinge rod, piano wire hinge rod, that vibrated out, and therefore the aileron came loose. It was easily pushed back in, but obviously I'll have to find a way to retain that more permanently. What else came loose? Around the back, around the tail, we lost a rigging wire, came adrift. It's only the screw that's gone missing, so it's not so bad. I guess I'm going to have to Loctite everything. Inside the cockpit we've lost the flap actuating lever. It's actually vibrated and sheared right through litho plate anchor points and taken and actually fractured the litho plate. But fortunately I made this top section of the roof panel removable, which was very fortunate, so now I can get back in there and I can re-secure that. Other than that, I don't know, it's very disappointing. I could have had 2 or 3 hours flying on this by now if it had been electric. So I'm going to persevere, but I'm not really feeling any sort of attraction to IC modelling at all. But the engine started well, that was a good thing. I didn't use a starter or anything, I did it all by hand, so that's quite satisfying. I don't want to end the video on a negative note, but it's difficult to see the positives. But the engine started well, and towards the end of that tankful I was gradually inching the idle down a fraction at a time, and it was starting to stay, you know, it seemed to be solid at about half throttle. I only assume, I don't really know IC, but I can only assume that as the engine gets more and more run in, then the idle will come down and be stable, because obviously there's no point in the idle being really low if it's just going to cut. So we'll repair the exhaust, or I may put on the standard Saito exhaust while I'm doing the running in, because obviously that's a little bit more robust. It gives me some time to repair the exhaust as well. I think with all the screws that have come loose on the rigging and on the struts, I had screws come out of the wing, so I think what I'm going to have to do is use a thread lock, a good thread lock on all the screws. I think that's the only way I can be sure that things aren't going to come apart. Alright, so bit of a downer really this video, but we'll try and improve it on the next one, a bit more uplifting. Alright, cheers for now.